Have you ever wondered what are the most overlooked items in emergency preparedness? It's a question that can puzzle even the most seasoned preppers. We're about to delve into an enlightening discussion on emergency preparedness, a topic of paramount importance in a world where uncertainties are the only certainty. In our quest to be ready for any situation, we often focus on the obvious essentials, like food and water. But there are other items, not so obvious perhaps, that could prove to be just as crucial when the chips are down. We'll be exploring 12 such overlooked items in this video. Everything from water, cooking essentials, power and laundry needs to hygiene, pet supplies, gas, toilet necessities, games, cards, lighting, and medications. These are the items that often slip through the cracks in our preparedness plans, yet they could make a world of difference when push comes to shove. So, buckle up and get ready to rethink your emergency stockpile. Stay tuned as we delve into these overlooked items that could make a significant difference in your preparedness. Water. It's the essence of life, yet so often overlooked. Indeed, water is paramount to our survival. It's not just for drinking, it's also essential for cooking, cleaning, and basic hygiene. In an emergency scenario, having access to clean water can make a world of difference. It's recommended that each person should have at least 1 gallon of water per day. This means, for a family of 4, you'd need to store around 120 gallons to be prepared for a month-long crisis. But how do we ensure the water we store stays clean? There are several methods of purification. Boiling is the most common and easiest to perform. A rolling boil for 1 minute should kill most bacteria and pathogens. Another method is using purification tablets or drops. These are lightweight, easy to store, and can treat large amounts of water quickly. Next, let's talk about potential water sources. Apart from your stored water, you could gather rainwater, collect dew from plants, or even extract water from certain types of trees. Remember, any water gathered from the environment should be purified before use. Now, moving on to cooking essentials. In an emergency, you may not have access to your regular kitchen appliances. You'll need alternative cooking methods. Portable stoves or grills can be a lifesaver. Stockpile fuel for these stoves, like propane or charcoal. Don't forget about utensils, a good sturdy set of pots and pans, a can opener, and cutlery. Food preparation is also critical. Having a variety of seasonings can make your meals more enjoyable. Salt, pepper, and spices don't take up much space and can last for years. Remember, in a crisis situation, morale is key, and good food can go a long way in keeping spirits high. Remember, being prepared means being able to feed and hydrate yourself and your family. And with a little planning and foresight, you'll be well equipped to do just that. Power. It lights our way and powers our devices, but what happens when it goes out? In the face of an emergency, we often overlook the significance of power. We're so accustomed to the convenience of electricity, we hardly think about the impact of its absence. But it's crucial to prepare for such scenarios, so let's talk about alternative power sources. Solar panels, for instance, are a renewable, eco-friendly option. They harness the energy of the sun to generate electricity. Quite nifty, right? And the best part is they're a one-time investment that keeps on giving. Then, there are generators. These are excellent for short-term situations. They can power your essentials like heating or cooling systems, refrigerators, and medical equipment. However, remember to store enough fuel and maintain them regularly. Now let's transition into an often overlooked aspect of preparedness, laundry. Imagine a week without clean clothes. It doesn't paint a pretty picture, does it? In a power outage, washing machines become redundant. So, it's good to consider manual alternatives. A washboard and a bar of soap can do wonders for your clothes. With a little elbow grease, you can keep your clothes clean and fresh, even in adverse conditions. Drying clothes, on the other hand, is a simpler task. All you need is a sturdy clothesline and some good old-fashioned sunshine. But don't forget to stock up on clothespins. Also, consider investing in a portable washing machine. These are compact, lightweight, and require no electricity. They're not just perfect for emergencies, but also for camping trips or other outdoor adventures. Remember, clean clothes are not just about comfort, but also about hygiene. It's a small detail that can make a huge difference in your well-being during a crisis. Power and clean clothes are not luxuries, but necessities in an emergency. So, when you're planning your emergency kit, don't forget to include alternative power sources and laundry essentials. They might just turn out to be the unsung heroes of your survival story. Hygiene is crucial for health, especially in a crisis, and don't forget about your furry friends. In the face of an emergency, our focus often tightens on the essentials: food, water, shelter. But let's not overlook another crucial aspect of survival: hygiene. Maintaining cleanliness isn't merely a matter of comfort, it's a matter of health. Poor sanitation can lead to illness, and in a crisis, you want to be at your strongest. So, what hygiene products should you stockpile? Start with the basics. Soap, of course, is a must. It's versatile, allowing you to clean both your body and your surroundings. Toothpaste and dental floss are also important. Oral health is often underestimated, but a toothache in a survival situation could be debilitating. Include some hand sanitizer for those moments when water is scarce. And don't forget about feminine hygiene products. They're not luxury items, they're necessities. If you have room in your stockpile, consider adding some extras. A good razor, for instance, can help maintain personal comfort. Deodorant, too, might seem like a luxury, but it can boost morale in tough times. Now let's switch gears a bit and talk about another often overlooked aspect of preparation: our pets. Pets are part of our family, and they too have needs that must be considered in our emergency planning. Start with the basics for them as well. Food and water, of course. But also remember items like pet-specific first aid kits and any medications your pet may need. Blankets and toys can offer comfort to a stressed pet, and a sturdy leash or carrier is essential for safe transport in the event of an evacuation. Consider what your pet might need in a variety of situations. Do they have a special diet? Do they require regular grooming for health reasons? These are factors to consider when building your pet's emergency supply kit. Your health and your pet's well-being are crucial parts of your emergency planning. As we prepare for the unexpected, let's ensure we're giving these areas the attention they deserve. Now let's talk about some items you might not have thought about. First up, gas. When we think about survival, we often focus on food, water, and shelter. But what about transportation? Having extra gas on hand can be a lifesaver, whether you need to evacuate quickly or power up a generator for electricity. It's also important to store gas safely. Use approved containers, keep them in a well-ventilated area, and avoid any potential ignition sources. Next, toilet necessities. It's not the most glamorous topic, but it's a fact of life. You'll need a good supply of toilet paper, but also consider alternatives like reusable cloths or bidets that attach to a water bottle. And don't forget about waste disposal. In a prolonged situation, you'll need a plan to handle waste safely and hygienically. Composting toilets or a simple bucket system with biodegradable bags can be effective solutions. Last but not least, games and cards. In a survival situation, morale is key. It's easy to get caught up in the physical aspects of survival and forget about the mental and emotional. Games and cards can provide a much-needed distraction, a way to bond with others, and even a means to keep your mind sharp. Whether it's a deck of cards, a board game, or a book of crossword puzzles, having something to occupy your time can make a tough situation a little more bearable. Remember, preparedness is about more than just the basics. It's about anticipating your needs in a variety of scenarios and planning accordingly. From having extra gas for emergencies, ensuring you have toilet necessities to maintain hygiene, to including games and cards for morale, these overlooked items can make all the difference in a survival situation. These items might not be the first you think of, but they are just as crucial. Lighting and medications. Two things you don't want to be without in an emergency. Imagine yourself in a blackout scenario. The darkness can be disorienting, even dangerous. That's why it's essential to have various forms of light at the ready. Flashlights, candles, lanterns. These can be your guiding stars in times of darkness, and don't forget about the extra batteries. Now let's talk about medications. In a crisis, pharmacies may not be accessible. You need to ensure you have a stockpile of necessary medications and first aid supplies. Consider the needs of all family members, including any chronic conditions. Don't forget about basics like pain relievers, bandages, antiseptics, and allergy medication as well. Keep in mind, medications do have expiration dates, so rotate your stock regularly. Being prepared means ensuring you can see and stay healthy no matter what. So, there you have it. 12 often overlooked items that are crucial for emergency preparedness. We've covered everything from the basics like water and cooking essentials to the more easily forgotten things like pet supplies and games for entertainment. It's important to remember that power and lighting are as important as food and water. Hygiene items, while they might not seem as vital, can make all the difference in maintaining morale and preventing disease. Don't forget about your four-legged friends either. They'll need supplies too, and while gas and toilet necessities might not be the first thing you think of when you hear emergency, they're absolutely crucial. Games and cards, though they might seem superfluous, can provide a much-needed distraction during stressful times. And lastly, medications. These can be life-saving in a crisis situation. Remember, being prepared isn't about expecting the worst, it's about being ready for anything.